Hello folks, Alibaba has been in the dumps for several years now, but something spectacular is just about to happen on the chart. The 100-day exponential moving average is now crossing over the 200-day. What does this mean for investors? Well, it could signal that the stock is likely to have bottomed out and is about to make a resurgence. In fact, the Hong Kong shares jumped more than 6% today on high volume. Could this be the start of a bounce back? Keep watching to find out. When it comes to financials, Alibaba continues to grow revenue, albeit at a slower pace, and management is making better capital allocation decisions such as increasing share buybacks and cutting costs. Speaking of buybacks, it has stopped Alibaba's price from falling further since it started in March 2020, and you can see on the chart that the share price bottomed shortly after during the 2022 bear market. Last quarter, Alibaba's share count reduced by a net 2.8% through share buybacks, which extrapolated over the next 12 months equates to about an 11.2% share count reduction. So buybacks alone should drive the share price higher. In addition, Alibaba has recently moved to allow mainland Chinese investors to buy and sell ordinary shares traded on the Hong Kong Stock Exchange, which is the home bourse of Alibaba shares. I don't think this will have a huge impact, but hey, it's better than nothing. And furthermore, just today, the PBOC, which is sort of like the Federal Reserve of China, unleashed highly stimulatory measures like cutting a key interest rate and reducing the amount of reserves banks need to hold, which is another form of monetary easing because it increases liquidity in the financial system. So what does this mean for stocks? Well, after bouncing around for several years, it means Chinese equities are another step closer to bottoming out. And one of the biggest Chinese equities is of course Alibaba. This rate cut by the PBOC goes hand in hand with the rate cut by the Federal Reserve last week, and there is no doubt that these measures are good for equities in general. But onto what I really want to talk about in this video, and that is Alibaba making a technical bottom and recovering in price. So the indicator I want to share with you today is not a very common one, but think of it as a long-term MACD. It's essentially two long-term exponential moving averages crossing over each other. If we look at the short-term daily chart here, we can see that the 100-day EMA, which is the blue line, is about to cross over the 200-day EMA, which is the red line. In moving average crossover indicators like the MACD, when the shorter term line crosses over the longer term line, that is a bullish signal. Now, it hasn't fully crossed over yet, but it is almost inevitable given the rally over the past few weeks. If we extend this chart back in history, the last crossover happened in around April of 2021. That's over 3 years ago, and that crossover was a bearish one. If an indicator is given a bullish signal for the first time in over 3 years, I think it's worth paying attention to. Just in case you are not convinced, here are some other reasons why I'm bullish on Alibaba making a comeback. It is currently above the 40-week EMA, which I believe is the holy grail of momentum indicators. And the price has had several chances to go lower, but it never breached prior lows. Maybe the tide has turned. And finally, volume has been rising alongside the share price in the past couple of weeks. At least it has in the Hong Kong shares. Increasing volume accompanied by a rising price is almost always a bullish indicator. Now finally, my price target. My initial price target is $150, and if we get a bull market in China, we can get there by the year's end because we still have 3 months left. I'm pretty bullish on Alibaba right now, and I'll be buying more shares at the market tomorrow. I hold only Hong Kong shares, but it doesn't really matter if you hold the US depositories because they'll move together in price regardless. Anyway, that's it for today. Thanks for watching. Do you hold Alibaba shares? If so, let me know your price target by year end. If you haven't already, please hit the like and subscribe button, and see you next time.